Hi everybody, Jodi, Suson, and Andrew Calhoun with Suson Essentials. We're really excited here to be here today. We want to share with you, I have a question to the community. Has anybody ever been in the car with someone? We're going to talk about being in the car as a passenger or as a driver. And forgive me, everybody. I have not introduced our special guests. So that's Fagala, and this is Tinkerbell. May we begin again?
Sure, please.
Okay, because they get a little jealous.
Yes.
Okay, so have you guys ever been in a car and the passenger gets so anxious that, they kind of disrupt the driving for the driver?
Backseat driver or a side seat driver, right?
Yeah, backseat driver, right? So she's really cute. Sorry. So that's what we're going to talk about today and how that showed up for Andrew and I. And I'm just going to preface this real quick, kind of set the context for everybody. Cool?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So Andrew, as a 16-year-old, was in a car accident, which I'm going to have you talk about. He had a TBI, traumatic brain injury. He'll explain how that happened. And then we're going to fast forward to today about how that was showing up, not showing up anymore, and how that underlying stress and anxiety was showing up and how that's just like gone.
Sure.
So you're going to talk about what happened as a 16-year-old?
Really quickly, I was in a car back in the early 80s and driving as a passenger in the car, and we hit a bridge going about 70 miles an hour. No seat belts.
That's crazy.
So my head hit the dashboard, knocked unconscious, in the hospital for almost a month, and unconscious for almost 4 days out of that month. So recovery took a long time, but here we are fast forwarding into I'm in my 50s, and there are things that are showing up that I didn't even realize were still residual, still part of that. And one of those is when I'm either a passenger or even the driver of a car, I'm a little anxious, nervous. Not that I think something's gonna happen right away, but I'm on edge.
Yeah, just a little.
A little.
Just a little.
And so that means that as a passenger, I'll be saying, Joe, there's a car right next to you. She's like, yeah, I know that. Or nervous that the car might come out too quickly and we might hit the car. And it's a little bit disruptive. So we decided to try something to change that.
Yeah, so I'm going to just show real quick and then I'm going to have you do the demo. But I use this. It's a bioacoustical utilization device, just headphones, and it is... it resets the neural network in your brain. So basically, you have a traumatic event, and it does a reset, meaning back to baseline, right?
So it eliminates the triggers.
Thank you, right? Because really, at the end of the day, that's what this is all about. We don't erase your memory. We get rid of your reaction, your trigger to a particular type of situation. And so for you, were you sleeping in the car when that happened?
I may have been dozing off, but I probably woke up right as the impact happened, and then a split second later I was hitting the dashboard. And
right, so let's think about this just for a minute. So your brain has a memory of all those things that led up to the accident, even if it was a subconscious.
right.
Right? This is really key, people. And so when Andrew is a complete delight, really. And she's coming over here because she knows that she has to get out of the picture or out of the way because Andrew's going to put on the headphones. But driving with Andrew, not so much fun. And it was, sorry,
Okay.
but it is now.
Right.
Like it is now. So explain what happened. We're driving through the mountains in West Virginia.
Right.
You got a pad of paper out.
Right. So
Go.
I put this on, and the headphones, it's you dial up the numbers to a certain level, which is comfortable to you, and we can go through the details another time.
Yep.
And I had this on while we're driving, and I'm watching the curves go or cars go by us, and bringing up the kind of sensations I've had all my life of kind of a little bit of fear and nervousness, and writing down on paper with a pen what I'm feeling. Nervous, well, it's not that bad. It's okay because we're going to be safe, but I'm still a little bit on edge. So I did that for 20 minutes. And after that, I felt better, but I figured, let's try it again. So a few hours later, I tried it again for 10 to 15 minutes. Then I took it off, and at that point, I felt relieved. But I mean, even after the first 20 minutes, I felt relieved, felt more at ease. And that manifests itself in that we're driving along later in the day, and I am reading a book, no issue. We come to a stop, we got a four-way stop, no issue. We got cars coming out, jutting out where they shouldn't, swerving in. I'm not worried.
Yeah, and it's an interesting dynamic, right? So for the very first time, now we're in the car, we're driving, and he doesn't have all of his attention on me as the driver. Now, I don't know if you've ever been in the car with someone when they're giving you all their attention about how you're driving. It's a dangerous situation to be in, and it used to really concern me. And actually, we just came home from a drive just now, and I was like, wow, like this is crazy. You don't even care.
The same intersections that used to trigger me aren't a problem anymore. And she said, "What's going on? That's not your normal." I said, "It's my new normal. My new normal is to not worry. I've got no concerns," which is a big relief to her.
Well, and to you too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So here's the thing. So I've used this for PTSD. And I'm still using it. Look, you're never done unraveling the crap that happens in our lives. I'm just gonna tell you now. And she thinks that you're so funny.
So this helps with could be with food sensitivities. It's helped me with anxiety. It's something that's been used by many people, but
Yeah, it's actually been on the Dr. Phil show, Dr. Oz, and Oprah.
Right.
They use it for fear of flying, which no one's really flying right now because we're experiencing the coronavirus. But anyway, but the thing is, it's also used for addictions. But reach out to us, right? If you have questions, Andrew, what's the best number to reach
So
you at?
mine's 847-220-0828.
Yeah.
And yours?
847-738-0242. And it's Suson Essentials. And then we do have a website, which is www.susonessentials.com. And for those of you that need help in spelling that, it's S-U-S-O-N. S is in Sam, U is in ukulele, S is in Sam, O is in Oscar, N is in Nancy, and then essentials.com. Cool?
Good.
All right.
Give us a call.
Hey, bye.